Hey, SweetLife family, how are you doing today? We are so excited to be coming with another vlog, and this time we're doing a movie review. As you can see, we're going to be talking about Raya and the Last Dragon.
Woo! And we're joined by a special guest, Shelly May.
Hello, Shelly May. Okay.
All the way from Tokyo.
All right, so we first want to say welcome, okay? If this is your first time coming, we want to say welcome. You may have come as a guest, but you will certainly leave as a friend. So go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell notification and set it to all so you're always notified every time we come out with a new vlog. And go ahead and leave us a like and a comment below. And if you're not new, we definitely want to say thank you for always coming back and supporting our channel. We love you all, okay? Now, we do want to let you know that this vlog is going to be filled with spoiler alerts, okay? So if you have not seen Raya and the Last Dragon, first we want to say, what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
Okay, it's only $29.99.
Yeah.
It's worth it. I know people get reluctant on if they should purchase the premiere. For our family, it just makes sense because if we were going to the movies to see it, by the time we purchase all three of our tickets and we purchase snacks
and we purchase seats.
Well, that's the tickets, girl. To get in. You know, it balances out. Even if we were doing a matinee, between tickets and snacks, it just makes sense. And then we can watch it as many times as we want.
Yeah. And
we don't have to wait for June. And we don't have to be late to the party. All right? So with that being said, you know what we always say. Grab your favorite snack.
Get comfy.
And let's talk about Raya and the Last Dragon.
Roar!
Ooh. Alright, so we're going to talk about Raya and the Last Dragon, which we thought was, what did you say? You said, wow.
I said, wow, magical, amazing. Wow, magical.
A really great film, okay, with a really great storyline. One that will have you to be happy, blown away at times, angry at times. I mean, just all these different emotions, but it was a really great film. So the movie starts off talking about these 5 regions. I thought it was 4, but Elise told me it was 5. 5 regions. It was heart, tail, spine, Bang and Talon, okay? And they form Kumandra. This is like the peaceful land, and it kind of looked like a dragon. They all lived amongst dragons.
Like trolls.
This movie reminded me of trolls
Just
a
it would
lot.
have been better if trolls had like the, shape of a troll.
Like how the trolls were all in harmony, but then music, strings tore them apart. This kind of reminds me of that, okay? But all of a sudden, some evilness came on the land. And because this evilness would sweep across, it was like a spirit of evilness. If it swept across you, you would turn into stone. Show them how you look. They can't see you. Okay? And you would just be frozen. Okay? Like you're gone.
Like Elsa. Right.
All right, so the dragons wanted to save these regions. So what they did is they were sacrificing themselves. They put all their magic together in this spear. And Sinji, is that her name? Sisu is the dragon. Are you sure it's Sisu?
Yes.
Okay, so she's the dragon, and her brothers and sisters, they all form this magical spear, and then her siblings are taken off by the done evil spirits, and she's left to form the spear and save the world. So when the spear was formed, it like blasted, and all the duns were like wiped away, and then it saved whatever was left. All right.
Yeah.
But because Heart, which is where Raya's from, they ended up having this gem with this dragon magic in their
secret cave.
In their cave. They were keeping it. It was sacred. They kept it together. So all the other regions felt like they had something that they didn't have, and they thought they were better than them because they had it, and it just created this war. Okay, so everybody was at odds. The Kumandra was no longer peaceful, and it kept them apart from one another. They were at war.
Like this.
You have to be present if you're gonna be present.
This apart.
Okay, so that's where the storyline comes in. Then you see Raya, and she's preparing for some kind of ninja type challenge or training, right? Where
it's like a test.
It's a test. So she was prepping her hair, and then she got her little tools out, and she opened up this vault, and then she's in this beautiful underground cave where it's all this majestic water, and then there is the
booby trap. There's a booby trap.
There's booby traps,
and then her little roly-poly.
She has a friend. I never knew what the friend name was.
This big.
A roly-poly, don't spoil it. A roly-poly friend. It's an armadillo, basically, but it rolls into a little ball. It's her little friend. Everyone has a sidekick.
We'll call it Rolly.
They do reference her as Princess, but she's battling this chief dude who we find out is her dad. And she's trying to get close to the dragon gem. And he's like, you won't ever get a foot on the dragon gem. To the dragon gem where it's housed, the little rock, and they're fighting and doing Matrix and all that stuff, and then he thinks he's defeated her because she didn't land on the rock where the dragon gem was, and he's like, you did your best, you didn't make it, and she's like, did I? And she literally has like her toe on the rock.
It was like
one toe, like bing.
And he said, man, I should have said two. But I mean, if she put one foot on there, she would fall.
So, then they kind of do their, I'm proud of you formalities, and it's notified that, they inform us that that's her father.
Now the guardian gem.
He invites her to be a part of the team that keeps the gem safe.
Yeah,
so it's supposed to be sacred.
Of their family, they literally
protect it.
The dragon gem.
So this was like 500 years later after that dragon saved. Wasn't it 500 years later?
I think
it was 500 years later where Raya comes around. Okay, so her father's talking to her, and he's like, look, I invited the other regions to come.
He said this first. They're coming. And then she said, oh, I gotta be prepared.
Yeah, she's ready for battle. Like, they're not going to come and step to us. They won't get close to the gym. And he lets her know, I invited them for a dinner. He starts making this kind of suit thing. He wanted to bring peace. He wanted it to be Kumandra again. Okay?
Yeah, but then the girl...
Kumandra. Doesn't that sound peaceful? Like, I want to be in Kumandra State. In Kumandra State. In Kumandra.
I want to be in Kumandra where the real land.
Okay,
so basically, then when
I got something in my eye.
When Raya said like, oh, are we going to poison them? Because there was like a little stew, and he put all the in every like one ingredient from each become state region state too.
No, it's regions.
Okay, region, and so.
So he's like, no, this is like this peaceful soup, basically.
And he said, I don't want you to live in this land where it's all...
Everybody's at odds.
Everybody's like fighting in war.
He's like, I want it to be peaceful. I want you to grow up and live in Kumandra. So... now we get to the point where all the regions come, and he's talking to them, and they're like, what do you want? You got everything.
Then this one lady said, what do you want? Are you going to try to rob us? And then this other guy said,
you don't have to tell them word for word. Just tell them the gist of it, okay?
Jeez.
Which is what I was just saying, and you just cut me off.
Sorry.
Like you've been doing in this review. Not giving me a chance to finish my sentence.
Yeah.
All right, so they're attacking him, and he's like, look, we could be Kumandra again, all right? And so after his pep talk to Raya, she kind of says, let me speak. Anybody ready for dinner? And then, this one guy raises his hand.
That's me.
And she starts laughing, and this girl, what's the girl name?
Minori.
Yeah. Something like that. This little girl. Yeah, go ahead.
And so Namari's mom, the queen of Fang, was like, go ahead.
No, you skipped the part where they kind of caught each other's eye.
Oh,
laughing.
Okay, yeah. So what happened was basically Raya saw Namori, and then they just looked to each other
and kind of smiling, cool gestures, which
but
I already felt like the chick was suspect.
I knew she was gonna be sus. Yeah, sus.
Okay, so
Shout out to Among Us, yeah.
okay, so her mom, like Lee says, tells her to go ahead, and what happens?
Says, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Her mom was too nice about it because all the people were angry, and her mom was like, go ahead. So you just knew it was something, right? So what happens then? They go together. They hold hands at that.
They're like, So she says, come in. And then everybody starts to come in. And then we see like the castle, the heart castle. Then we see everybody like eating. And then on the ground, Namari and Raya are talking and saying, this or this, this or that. And then she says,
they're talking about their love of Sisu. How they really love Sisu.
And they're dragon nerds.
They're dragon nerds. And how, so then Numari, she brings out this scroll that she's not really supposed to have. Another sus thing. And she's like, let me share with you. And then she has on the necklace. I'm not saying you can't meet somebody and have something in common, obviously. Like I met Danielle and we hit it off, My husband was feeling like, no, it's Danielle cool, but she really turned out cool. So I'm not saying you can't meet people, but you got to remember they were enemies. And so it just clicked too much. And so.
Wait, I was trying to say that, then they were like matching up like, this or rice, but I forgot what the other food she said. And so she was like,
they start comparing their likes.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I haven't ate rice in a long time before, and this is my first time trying rice again. And so she was like, well, we both have single parents. It's kind of like Tia and Tamara, they aren't sisters, but they got single
Tia and
parents.
Tamara was sisters. They were twins, actually. Yeah. Navari is not twins to Raya. So it's not the same thing.
Okay, and then she said, come on. Then Raya being dumb, and she says, come on, let me show you something.
First, you skip stuff. That's why I'll be talking and then let you come in. Numari gives her the necklace. Another suspect. She gives her this beautiful necklace of Sisu. And that's what kind of builds this trust. You gotta bring them into it. You jumping around. Okay?
This is my
now Raya feels like she can trust her. So she's like, let me show you something. This is where everything turns wrong. Raya.
It all turns into heck.
It's just like, why? She takes her to this secret, sacred cave that's holding this dragon gem of Sisu and her siblings to show it to her. And it's like, Elise and I were automatically irritated.
Yes.
But me and my husband said that's something Elise would do.
But I wouldn't do it. I would be like, oh, let me show you my room. And then I'd show her my room. And then I'd be like, oh. And then they would leave. And I would be like, oh, it's nice having you. Bye. Let's have some play dates together.
I don't believe you. I think you would have showed her.
I would have not.
I so think she would have showed her anyway.
No, I want to get that Kumandra stuff in my head. I'd be like, no, I don't want y'all to be Kumandra.
Okay, so she shows her, and then as she's showing her, the chick just kicks her in her back. She flies, and now she knows she's made a horrible mistake. But it's like, why? You just got clearance to be a protector of this. Like, your father trusted you to be a protector of this. And then,
but I mean, when she going out, she like, it's Fang's gem now.
We ain't got there yet. You see how you jump around? Like, so they start fighting, okay? And she's like, listen, we're taking this back. This is going to be belonging to Thane. And so Ray is like, over my dead body. And they're doing this. They both got really great fighting skills. But then Numaria, what's her name?
No, it's Numari.
Numari has this flare, and she blows the flare, and it goes up because the cave has an opening in the sky. It goes up, and it notifies her people. But Raya's dad did see it. He was on point, like, oh no, something ain't right. Then he seen Numari's mom walk out. He's like, this is sus, something going on. And then that's when
all heck breaks
Numari's like showing what Elise said, walking out like
It's Fangs Gym now.
It's Fangs Gym now. Then all Numari's people start swarming in, and but then her dad leaped. He must have climbed up that mountain super fast because he jumps down from that opening, and he has a sword, and his sword is kind of like a dragon tail because it can be solid, but then it can also like break up like yeah, it was something. And he's like about to go to war, but then he is so dang on gullible. I see where Raya gets it from, because he's like, you know what, we don't have to fight, we could be Kumandra again, it don't have to be this way. He puts his sword up, and then somebody shoots him in the leg.
I think it was Tail. And then while he was talking,
I'm not talking about you, I'm just irritated by the movie. Go ahead.
And then I think it was Tail that shot him, because I saw like some yellow and orange. So I was like, I think this is Tail. And then Tail gotta get their crossbow out. Bow! Bow!
Who talks reasoning when it's a whole mob of different tribes trying to come at you? Like, you really thought you should have put... They both are fired from protecting the Dragon Gym, because they both just absolutely didn't make any sense. Like, it's just too much trust, okay, when you have something at stake like that. So they all start fighting
over the gym.
They're tugging it, you know, because she's of course like, daddy, you know, she done got him shot.
It's all Raya's fault.
It is Raya's fault. It's 100% Raya's fault. This is why
ain't like the villain in the story.
Numari was doing what Numari should have did. They were enemies. I mean, Numari was not cool. She definitely was being, you know, her mom. I'm sure her mom had something to do with it. Anyway, they grabbed the gym. They're all fighting over, it should be ours, it should be tails, it should be talon, it should be spine. And of course it flips up and it breaks. It's all these pieces. They still acting like some...
They acting like some wolves over one piece of raw steak.
That's true. They grabbing pieces and then they go. Now everything starts shaking, because remember that spirit was keeping the Dun at bay. Okay, the evil spirit Dun was contained because of this gym, but now the Dun starts surfacing.
But then everybody like, oh no, the Dun coming. So they start running their butts. They should have just been like, oh, we should. But everybody didn't know how to use the magic crystal. They didn't know how to like defense themselves.
Don't tell them about that yet.
Okay.
They running. And then it's sweeping across them. They're turning into stone.
No,
everybody wasn't like this.
That's like a photo shoot.
And then Raya's dad and them get out of the tunnel. They grab a little piece. So every region have a piece. Okay, they all grab the piece. Raya and her dad got the smallest piece because they suckers.
They deserve that.
They run out, and then you know, he can't run as fast. The Dun is coming, he can't run that fast. And so he's talking to her like, look, there's still some magic in this gym. Be the protector, you know, whatever. And she's like, no, come on, Dad, you can make it. He's like, I'm not gonna be able to make it. And so he gives her the gym, picks her up, and he throws her over the bridge. No! She's falling like this.
It's like
as she watched the Dun.
It's
Take her, Dad.
Okay. It's like how when my dad and my Uncle Matthew, whenever they when my Uncle Matthew, my cousins, and Auntie Amaria visits California, California, they always come to my grandparents' house, Grandma and Grandpa Hawkins. And so whenever we have a pool day, my dad and Uncle Matthew always my dad starts to pick me up, then Uncle Matthew picks me up and throws me, and then one moment, like, I fall into the water.
They throw her in the ear.
Yes.
So she's stunned. She's watched her dad he's gone now because of her. I know she got 1,000 emotions. She falls in the water, and then it flashes to 6 years later. She is
Or probably 5, I don't know.
I think it was 6, but it don't matter. 5 or 6 years later, they show her little pet is big now. He's like this big old huge ball. That's like big. The car size, and she's rolling on him, and then now she's all warriored out. She got her little sombrero hat on. She got her little cape on. She got her sword
that her
dad gave her, and she is going around and she's looking.
She got some armor.
She got armor on. She's looking for these stones. Okay, she's going to recover
crystals,
gems.
Crystals.
No, they were dragon gems.
Diamonds.
So she's going, and then oh my goodness, so she starts talking about, she goes into this cave, she's talking about how sorry she is. She's like, I'm so sorry, it's all my fault, and blah 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 blah. She starts singing this song, na ra na nam yo hore ne kyo, nam yo hore ne kyo, or whatever. And then all of a sudden, Sisu comes, right? Sisu
but
comes.
She's kind of like a shadowy figure right now, but she's still here.
Okay, so
because it was really dark.
And she's like, oh my goodness, Sisu, and she meets her, and then she starts.
And she says, who is that? Who are you? Who is that? Who are you? And then she says, I'm so hungry.
I haven't eaten since I saved the world. And then she's like, I gotta fill you in. She's like, I gotta fill you in. So she starts telling her about how she, what she did, and how the gem is no longer whole, that all these different pieces out. Sisu is kind of freaking out, like, what the heck? You're telling me you ruined? And then she's like, at least it's something. And she's like, if I told you, yeah, she's like, is that supposed to help me? If I told you I had a piece of your dog,
No, she said, if you had a puppy and it died, and I had a half, and I said, well, there's still a half, would you be happy?
Right, so I love that they picked, I don't know her name, but I know the voice of that character was the crazy chick from Crazy Rich Asians, okay? And because her voice is so distinct and it's so raspy, I loved her in that other movie. She's really good. And she also was in, was she in Mulan?
I think she was.
I think she was in Mulan, too. So, yeah, we can look it up, though. So, they start,
are you trying to lock me out?
They start going on this adventure to try to get all of the pieces. So when she touches this first piece, because Raya gives it to Sisu, she starts glowing. And so each piece we learn has magic from her brothers and sisters, because
make me glow right
now. So she's like, wow, you just illuminated, you just got illuminated. And let me see. I'm trying to see. Yeah. I did not know that was her name. Awafina. She's really pretty too. This is her. Anyway, this girl. Nora Lum. I don't know why they changed her name to something else. She's professionally as Aquafina. Okay.
Aquafina. Aquafina.
But she was in Girl Code. She was, let me see what else
What's
she was
Girl
in.
Code?
I don't know. So she was in Crazy Rich Asian. She was in Jumanji. I think that was the one I was talking about. I don't think she was in Mulan.
You wish.
Let's see, career, film, let's see. Crazy Rich Asian, Angry Birds, Jumanji.
SpongeBob.
Oh, she's in SpongeBob on the Run. Raya and the Last Dragon. Little Mermaid. Oh, she's gonna be Scuttle in the Little Mermaid. Okay.
Yay!
That's gonna be cool. Okay, so she wasn't in Mulan. All right.
Wait, hold up. But those are the future things. So,
we don't need all that. We don't need all that. Goodness gracious. So, because we don't want this to be too long. So anyway, she then goes on this quest, and then they start going to these different the regions and getting the gems back. They run back into New Ori, and she knows what they're doing now, so she's trying to capture them, and they're running away from her. What else happens? They meet the little dude. What's the dude name? Captain
Kunji.
Okay, this little boy who has this little business on this little boat, and they get on the boat.
Oh, but then she turns into human.
Oh, she did turn into human.
She's a shapeshifter.
No, when she got the second. So that's when they got the second piece. They get the second piece, and the second piece has a shapeshifter gem, and she turns into the human. So tell them about how she looked.
And then this is Elise's video now.
No, it's not.
JK. And so then they see Namari and they're like, oh my gosh, we gotta go quick. So they get on the roly-poly. They start rolling. Rolling. And then they're all like, then Raya says, you know what Fang and Duns hate the most? And then,
you don't gotta give them
the last dragon lady says, what? Showers? And then she says, water, and then they jump onto a boat. And then that's when they meet the little boy.
All right, so then she starts telling them the story. She told her the story about how she did it. It wasn't alone. She then lets her know about her siblings. She lets them know the different, so it was Glow, Shapeshifter, Rain, and she could swim really good. She was like, I'm a really great swimmer.
No, she says like this. It's like this. I'm a really great swimmer. No, but then they hop onto the boat. They hop on the boat,
and then Numaria is trying to get to them, or whatever her name is.
But then they stop.
They going hecka slow. They didn't stop. They were just going slow because his boat was not meant for that. It was for food. So Sisu says, I'll handle it. So she jumps underneath the water. She's holding on to the boat, and she propels them hecka fast, and they're gone.
But then the little boy says, oh my gosh, the Fang is here. You're going to cost me extra.
Dude, do we have to tell them every single part of the movie? Because you're going to make this review like an hour long. We're just giving them the gist of it. We're not giving them the script. No, you talk to them. She want to give y'all the whole script. We might as well submit a script to y'all. Like, stop doing that. So, they go. Okay, now... So it's Sisu. He still doesn't know Sisu is
the dragon.
The dragon, because Elise didn't tell you that she looks like a human. She has all this beautiful, colorful hair, kind of like her body. Her clothes is kind of baggy, but she just looks kind of, dunky.
She looked like Ariel when she wore in the original Little Mermaid.
We don't need all of that, okay?
Bye.
Just get to the movie. Okay. So they go to this other land, and they go to, I remember this, they went to Talon because she was going to get the piece from there.
Kind of sounds
she
like
runs into this little infant toddler who is like, pretend like she's crying, mama, and all this. And so Raya, once again, just cannot help herself. She has to go over there to see about this little infant. Come to find out, the ninja baby is crazy, okay? She ain't no joke. She tricks Raya, and Raya, she steals the gems, her and her little monkeys, because she rode with some little monkeys. They steal the little gems, and Raya's like, I can't believe I fell for it again. Once again, too nice, Raya. Too nice, okay?
I hate Raya.
I got mad at her all over again because it was like, mind your business. Just do what you came to do. Mind your business. And so now they're chasing down this baby, and somehow she catches up with them. Who helps her? The little boy?
No, she does it on her own.
She does it on her own, but is she by herself or?
Well, she's by herself at this part.
Okay, and so she captures. She gets a little stone back, and she kind of reprimands her, but then she realized she could use her help, so she offers to pay her money. But at the same time, she told Sisu don't get off the boat.
But what happened?
Because she needed her to stay in human form and not get caught up. But Sisu was like, I need some clothes. And the little boy tells her about credit. So she goes into Talon and she's shopping at all these little booths. But she keeps saying, this is on credit. This is on credit. Basically, she's stealing. And then they come after her like, hey, is you going to pay for this stuff? And then she's like, it's on credit. So they're about to like kind of maul her. But then this old chick comes and I guess she recognizes who she is.
Looked like Mama Odie.
She did. And she knew she was Sisu, didn't she? Because she was trying to trap her.
Yeah. No, she just wanted to know where the gems were.
That means she knew who she was. So the old lady's being kind of nice to her, and she's talking to her, and she's taking her somewhere. Too nice. She gets her to, and Sisu doesn't know this type of people. You know, the liars or the manipulators. She doesn't know, because remember, they were all from Kumandra, where everything was peaceful and people didn't lie to each other and stuff like that. So she's just trusting. And then they kind of trap her up, and they're like, where are the gems?
You'll be eaten by the dun.
Yeah, they was about to let the dun get her. But Raya comes and saves the day, grabs her, shines this little, we now see the dun has power where if you hold up your gem.
No, the gem.
The gem has power, so if you hold it up, it wipes away the dun, and then she rescues Sisu, and Sisu's kind of like devastated, like, wow, that lady was going to kill me. You know, people are just not what they are anymore. And so that takes them to the third region. I can't remember where the big dude was from.
Oh, no, he was from
Spine.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. He was from Spine. He already is on them. Oh, they go up to the gate, and Ray is like, Sisu, no! Because she went to go reach for something. It was a booby trap. They get caught up in the booby trap. When they wake up.
What was it?
I don't know what it was. But she reached for something that was the booby trap trigger. They are bound up together, back to back, and hanging. And he's like, you thought you was going to come up in here and get this gem?
Help!
So, they're like, we're not trying to get them, but he already done found the bag. So then she's like, I could see how this would look like I'm lying. And then Sisu's like, maybe your lying looks like you were lying. So, how does he get on board?
Oh, he talks about his family.
But how does he know? Okay, so we forgot to tell you that they captured the dude.
Yeah.
They tied him up, and then Numari finds out where they are, because she can kind of track now that she knows what gem she's got, because she's trailing her. So she tracks her over there, and then she's calling out. Numari is there with her soldiers, and they're calling for Raya to come out. Don't they fight at this point? Yeah, they get ready to fight. This is when it changes. They get ready to fight. Now, what's the name is Sisu is like, no, this is her friend now. So she turns into dragon form, remember?
Yes.
And Numari sees her, and all of them see her, and they're like, oh my goodness, Sisu. Like, you did not tell us this chick was Sisu, because she stayed in human form the whole time. So now that the dude sees Sisu, he's like, I'm in. Like, you trying to form Kumandra again. He gives her stone, and they just need to collect this last stone.
From Fang,
which is Numaria's mom. So Numari goes back to faint, and she's talking to her mom, and she's like, I seen a dragon. But by then she already know because some of the soldiers already told her. And she's like, Mom, we can form Kumandra again. So she does have good in her. She wants to be good. But
her mom is like, once they turn back alive again, they gonna blame us.
Right. So she don't want no parts of that. She's like, we about to capture the stones and we about to capture Sisu. So she gets Numaria on the bandwagon with this. The next time they meet up, she pretends like she's trying to be good. Like, yes, I want to help out. And then she pulls out her bow on them. Okay, let me back up. Before they get to this point, then Raya and the tribe, they got this plan where they're going to try to get Numari, right?
Yeah, but then Sisu got another power.
Sisu is like, let me tell you, I believe the good in people.
Then she goes, but first the little kid, boy, is like, oh yeah, I'm going to fight them. I'm going to fight them. Pow!
But then, Sisu don't want to do that.
Yeah, and she's like, I know what we're going to do. I'm going to walk into that castle, and she's going to say, here's a gift! And then Numari, in her plan...
She's going to say, do you want to be my friend? And she thought Numari was just going to, I want to be your friend and skip off and everything.
No, but then Numari and her plan is like, oh my gosh, finally someone gets me. And then they do this with the gem. And it'll be happily ever after, I think.
So basically, Sisu is saying that all she got to do is be kind to Numari and she knows she'll come around. So Numari comes, she pretends like she's cool with them.
After the gift.
Because she gives her the gift. And then...
the necklace that she gave to Raya when they were kids.
Yeah, Raya says, okay, we'll go with your plan. She gives her a gift, and which was the necklace. She kept it safe all these years. And so she pretends like she's going to be good, but then she turns on them again with the bow and arrow. And so Ray's like, you see, basically like, this is what I told you this chick was like. But she's like, I'm taking Sisu, I'm taking the gems, and that's it. And so Sisu is like, I got this. Let me handle it. Just trust me. And so she starts talking to her, kind of like you talk people off the ledge when they're getting ready to commit suicide. You don't want to do this. I trust you. It's going to be okay. And she got her hand on the trigger. And then Raya is just doesn't know how to stop. Like, sometimes she underdoes it. Sometimes she overdoes it.
Basically,
this time she
overdid
overdid
both of their
it.
Faults.
Raya, it was Raya's fault again. I'm going to just say that.
Raya
because
ruined the world.
Raya jumps and gets her sword, hits the girl's hand, the girl triggers, shoots Sisu, and Sisu dies and falls into the water. It was Raya's fault. It was Raya's fault. Then the water stopped flowing.
I blame Raya. If it wasn't for
now Raya's heated. She's like, want to blame somebody, but it was really her fault.
She's triggered.
It really was her fault. Like, if she takes time to just kind of think about her actions, she will find that it is her fault. She goes to get Numaria. She goes to Fane, and she's like, Numaria! And then they start fighting. And the guy even says, the boy was calling for Raya, come on. And he's like, she's not going to see because she's blinded by her own rage, which it was her fault.
Yes.
It absolutely was her fault.
You know who the
From beginning to the end, it was always her fault.
You know who the girl in this movie? Sisu and Numari.
I don't know what you're talking about. What did you just say?
No, I said, you know who's a good person in this movie?
Numari's not a good person. It's just, it was Ray's fault. I'm not saying Numari is a good person. She's not a good person. She's listening to her mom. She doesn't use her own what's right from wrong. Okay.
Help.
So anyway, now they're fighting. The world is shaking. The Duns is coming and sweeping people up, and her friends are using the gem pieces to try to keep them at bay.
They're saving everybody.
Numari's like, look, I didn't want it to be like this. You didn't trust Sisu, but Sisu trusted me. Okay, and that's kind of like letting her know, like, this was your fault too, because It really was her fault.
They should have put
She's like,
Trooper.
She's like, you didn't trust Sisu, and this is what happened. So now Raya.
But then the gems are losing their magic.
Gems are losing their magic. They need to come together now if they're gonna do something. So she sees her friends fighting. She goes down and starts helping them, and then finally it clicks. She's like, look, we can bring Kumandra together. We have to bring these stones together. We got to trust each other. It never was about the magic. It was always about trust. Because Sisu always talked about trust. Yeah. Like, maybe you guys are not doing well because you don't trust each other. I trust the girl. You didn't trust me. It was always about trust. But so the little boy is like, I ain't trusting Numari. And the dude was like, heck no.
They like, we will never be trusting her.
We'll never trust her again. So Raya does what Sisu's siblings do, and she sacrifices herself. She's like, I'll be the first. Let me be an example. She hands Numari the stone, and then the Dun come get her, and she's... And then the little boy follows suit. The infant Tylers follow suit. The big man, the monk, they all do the same thing, and they're all sewn. And then Numari puts them together, sets it where it needs to be set. She goes down there with her peeps, and they all are stoned.
They all are dead and stoned.
And then it looks like it's too late. The magic is just too dim. But then all of a sudden,
I really thought that movie was going to end like that. And I was like, this is a horrible movie. But then a little Disney magic sprinkles. Dim light, bing, 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 bing. And then it just does this blast like in the beginning. And all the Duns get wiped away, and then it starts raining, and then all their little stones starts melting off, and they're like, you know, they can breathe. The little boy like, yay, we did it, but he fall. Because his feet was still stone. Remember, kids, you gotta wait till the stone is off ya until you can jump and say yay, and then splat on your face.
She gotta tell you every detail.
Every.
Anyway, so then the dragons come back, people started coming back, Sisu's back, and they all go to their respective regions, and then they get to embrace their family, and then Raya finally goes home.
And the little toddler finds her mama.
Everybody finds their people, and then Raya goes home, and she sees her Baba. But then, when he awakened,
he
was already woke. But tell him what happened when he was awoke. He didn't what?
The stone's edge. The stone paper edge.
He didn't age at all. He was like the same age, and she was older.
Young.
He was young.
Young.
So, then they all come to his land and show that they're in harmony. It's Kumandra Baba. And the world is all good. It was a great film.
Yeah, but then Sisu came back. And then all the dragons made a da-da-da-da, ho, ho, ho,
I already said the dragons was back. I already said the dragons was back. Everything is together. It's back as it should be. Kumandra.
Dorito.
Kumandra. So that's the movie. I like the movie. What would you give the movie? 1 out of 5 stars. How many stars?
3.
3? Why?
Because Raya was being dumb the whole movie.
But that's part of the good storyline because it took you through every emotion. So I'm gonna give this a 5. Okay, Disney did a fabulous job.
4.
You don't have to change your rating for me.
I'm giving it a 4 because it was kind of good, you know. But who was your favorite character?
You watched it like 4 times. What do you mean it was kind of good?
No.
My favorite character was Sisu.
You know who was mine?
Who?
The baby, Sisu, and that dancing little boy. And then one part of the movie.
You can only pick one character.
Aww. Well, I'd choose human Sisu.
Why you gotta look all like that? Can you stop being over the top? She's a clown. You a clown. Bruh, you a clown. Stop, you clown.
Squirt water, squirt water.
She likes to be a clown. She likes to be weird. She loves it.
Break flag.
Anywho, it was a good movie, so I definitely give it 5. I'm glad that I didn't wait for the premiere because it's really good. If you want to watch it, here goes my Disney Plus login right here. Right here. You see it? Log this in, and then you can get it. Stop! Dang, just stop. So,
thank you for watching.
if you want to see it, here goes my login and my password right here. Go ahead and log it in.
What? What?
My login and password. Anyway. I can't stop laughing.
We all had to.
Okay.
We better get a book because you can die laughing.
You can't die laughing. Thank you for taking the time to look at this review. Stop. Okay.
Why do we say that? Why do we say that?
Remember to hit that subscribe. No, hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell notification, set it off so you're almost. And so you're always notified. Thank you for taking the time to look at this video. Remember to hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell notification. Set it to off so you're always notified every time we come out with a new video. We seriously have fun with you guys. We enjoy this, okay? Make sure to leave a comment, hit the like button, and ding that bell notification. Remember, let us know what you thought about the film if you've already seen it.
Please make a video.
Make a video and let us know you did. But go ahead and put it in the comments what you thought about it. And that's it for today. Remember, the sweet life is the right life. And we'll see you real soon.